Hi guys, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in any part of the world. Uh, Thanks for joining today's episode of AI Book Reading Challenge. My name is Henry Onowale. Every day we engage 30 minutes of our time to read one of those selected AI books from our bucket list. And we've been able to achieve one great milestone is by completing one of the books. And now we're reading the second book from our bucket list. And the title is AI Governance, Applying AI Policy and Ethics Through Principles and Assessment. And the author of the book is Dr. Darryl J. Carlton. Then it's been a wonderful experience. We've been learning a lot. A lot of people have been engaging in this 30-minute daily book reading on AI books, on AI, and the emphasis has been more focused on AI ethics, AI governance, and responsible AI. Then if you are joining us for the first time, I urge you, if you're just joining, can you go ahead and share this live with others so that others can be a part of it. Definitely for sure, we've been learning a lot. For most of you do not really understand the extent of the risks associated with artificial intelligence. Through this 30-minute daily book reading, you've been able to have more understanding, and you've been gradually developing a mindset of handling AI technology with some knowledge of ethical practices, which is very, very good. You understand? And we just have to continue. And that is why every day we come here and, go through the pages of the books, and we've been learning a lot, yesterday we were able to look into the principle of transparency and explainability, and we're able to have an understanding what it implies in terms of its concept. We're able to look into explainability, we're able to look into transparency, and we're also able to look at the various steps of how it can be incorporated within an organization. Then, if you're just joining, welcome to our daily 30-minute book reading on AI ethics. Then, today we're going to continue from page 40. Page 42. Yeah, page 42. And this is the title of the book. This is the book. It's titled AI Governance, Applying AI Policy and Ethics Through Principle and Assessment. And the author of the book is Dr. Darryl J. Carlton. The author is Dr. Darryl J. Carlton. Okay, let's kick it off for today. How to uphold the principle. Provide clear and comprehensive documentation of AI system development processes, including design choices, algorithm optimization, parameters, and pre-trained model or third-party tools. Ensure that AI systems are accompanied by accessible and understandable instruction specifying the system purpose, capability, limitation, and potential risks. Implement mechanisms that allow users to obtain reasonable disclosure regarding AI systems they interact with, including information about key factors and logic used in decision making. Commit to responsible disclosure practices, providing timely and meaningful information to foster understanding, enable challenges to outcomes, and promote accountability. Number 5, develop and adhere to standards that describe measurable, testable levels of transparency, enabling objective assessment and compliance determination. Foster a culture of openness and collaboration, engaging in public dialogue, sharing information about AI system limitation and appropriate use, and working with stakeholders to establish best practices and governance framework. By embracing transparency and explainability, organizations can cultivate trust, mitigate risks, and ensure AI technology responsible and ethical deployment. This commitment to openness and clarity serve as a critical differentiator in the age of AI, enhancing brand reputation and contributing to the development of AI that benefits society as a whole. As AI continues to advance and permeate various sectors, transparency and explainability will remain essential guideposts. By championing these principles, leaders can navigate the complexity of AI integration and foster an environment where ethical consideration, accountability, and the preservation of human values accompany technological progress. Based on the provided text, here are the key examples that describe and elucidate the principle of transparency and explainability in AI system. Backward chaining in expert system. The concept of backward chaining with expert system in an exemplary illustration of explaining reasoning in AI. In this approach, the system starts with a desired outcome and work backward to determine the steps or rules needed to achieve that goal. For instance, an AI-powered diagnostic system using backward chaining to testify the case of a medical condition will trace back through a series of rules and logical steps. For those that are joining, we are currently reading page 44, and this is the book we are currently reading. The book is titled AI Governance, Applying AI Policy and Ethics Through Principle and Assessment, and the author is Dr. Darryl J. Carlton. Then we'll spend 30 minutes of our time every day to read through the selected pages that we're able to cover within the duration of 30 minutes. Okay, let's continue. Medical condition will trace back through a series of rules and logical steps, considering various possible causes and eliminating them until arriving at the most probable diagnosis. By employing backward chaining, the system can provide a transparent and comprehensible explanation of this reasoning, presenting a step-by-step breakdown of the rules, facts, and evidence. The example demonstrates how AI system can explain the logical steps and regulation to arrive at a particular decision or outcome. Forecasting transparency, trust, and comprehension between human and AI, backward chaining answers the question, how did you arrive at that conclusion? EU AI Act. The European Union AI Act is a comprehensive framework emphasizing the importance of transparency and explainability. The legislation mandates that high-risk AI systems be accompanied by detailed documentation covering various aspects such as the system intended purpose, development process, and interaction with other software or hardware. The extensive documentation requirement underscore a commitment to making AI systems understandable and the operation transparent, aiming to foster trust and accountability. By requiring developers to provide clear and accessible information about AI systems, the EU AI Act set a strong example of how regulatory framework can promote transparency and explainability in AI. The robo-debt scheme. The robo-debt scheme is an example that highlights the importance of transparency and explainability in AI systems deployed in public services. The robo-debt scheme involves automated processes to identify discrepancy in welfare recipient data and raise debt. However, the scheme needed more transparency in the decision-making process, and recipients were given limited information about how their debt were calculated. Several differences exist between the robo-debt scheme and previous manual review processes, such as using average income data and placing the onus on recipients to provide contradictory details. This case study illustrates the consequence of a lack of transparency and explainability in AI systems, leading to unfair treatment and an erosion of public trust. It underscores the importance of providing clear explanation, engaging with affected individuals, and ensuring that automated decision-making process are subject to scrutiny and oversight. This example demonstrates the practical implication of upholding the principle of transparency and explainability in AI systems across different domains. The next page is page 43. They highlight the importance of providing clear explanation of AI reasoning, establishing regulatory framework that mandate transparency and ensuring that AI systems deployed in public services are subject to scrutiny and oversight. By learning from these examples, organizations can work towards developing AI systems that are transparent, understandable, and accountable, fostering trust and promoting responsible deployment of AI technology. References and sources. Achieving transparency in AI systems through responsible disclosure is essential for various stakeholders, users, creators, deployers, accident investigators, regulators, legal processes, and the public. Disclosure should be timely, provide reasonable justification for outcomes, and include key decision-making factors. People should be able to find out where an AI system engages with them and obtain reasonable disclosure about the system. Number 3, general description of AI system should include purpose, developer interaction with other systems, software/firmware versions, hardware requirement, user interaction, and installation instructions. Number 4, detailed documentation of AI system is required, covering the development, process, design specifications, system architecture, data requirement, human oversight measures, validation and testing procedures, risk management, and post-market monitoring. The U.S. federal government will enforce consumer protection laws and enact safeguards against AI-related harms, especially in critical fields. Responsible AI uses that benefit consumer will be promoted. Number 6, AI actors should commit to transparency and responsible disclosure to foster understanding, inform stakeholders of interaction, enable those affected to understand outcome, and allow challenges to outcome based on plan, easy to understand information. Number 7, the effectiveness of changes to prevent schemes like robo-debt depends on the government will, as culture is set from the top down. And we're currently in the last page of Principle 6, which is transparency and explainability, and we're in page 46. Number 8, where automated decision making is used, there should be a clear review path, plain language explanation, and available business rules and algorithms for expert scrutiny. A body should be established to monitor an automated decision-making process. The robo-debt scheme differed from previous data matching in several ways, including using average income data as the primary source, placing the onus on recipient to provide contradictory details, aiming for an automated online processes, and extending recovery effort over several past years. Number 10, AI model training can lead to harm if biases and errors are embedded and flow through to output. Transparency measures could include knowing when AI system is used, public reporting on limitation capabilities, appropriate use, training data, and data processing. High-risk AI systems should be designed for sufficient transparency to enable users to interpret output. Instruction should include performance characteristics, capabilities, limitation, risks, human oversight measures, and expected lifetime. Technical documentation for high-risk AI systems should demonstrate compliance and provide necessary information for assessment. Transparency and accuracy are legally required for government to use AI. Data, logic, and rules should be accessible to oversee. Audit trails and third-party verification are needed, and the public should know who is making ethical decisions. Number 15, new standards should be developed to describe measurable and testable levels of AI transparency for objective assessment and compliance determination. Transparency mechanism will vary by context. Okay, we're in page 47, and we are this is a new page, and now we're looking at principle 7, contestability. Contestability. What? The principle of contestability in AI refer to the provision of efficient and accessible mechanisms that allow individuals, community, and groups to challenge the use or output of an AI system, particularly when this output significantly impacts their lives, rights, or the environment. Contestability ensures that people can question AI-driven decisions and the processes that are in place to address their concern and readdress any harm caused. Why? Where algorithm and data-driven systems hold the power to shape the contours of our life, there is a principle that must stand as a beacon of responsibility and answerability. The principle of accountability. As leaders entrusted with the governance and oversight of these transformative technologies, we must ensure that the AI system we deploy are not shrouded in secrecy and impunity, but held to the highest standard of transparency, oversight, liability for their actions and outcome. The absence of accountability in AI systems will create a world where the creators and deployers of this technology could act with impunity even in the face of clear evidence of bias, discrimination, or harm. In such a scenario, the individuals whose lives are profoundly impacted by this system will be left without recourse or remedy. Their trust and confidence in the promise of AI shattered by the lack of any meaningful mechanism for building those in power to account. The potential for unchecked power and unintended consequences underscore the critical importance of upholding the principle of accountability in developing and deploying AI technologies. But it is within our power to prevent such a dystopian future from coming to pass. By upholding the principle of contestability in AI, we can ensure that these systems are innovative and efficient, but also fair and accountable, subject to the checks and balances that are the hallmark of a just and equitable society. At its core, contestability empowers individuals to challenge decisions that affect their lives, demand transparency and explanation, and seek readdress when they believe they have been wrong. It is about ensuring that the rights and the freedom we hold dear, privacy, equity, due process, are not sacrificed on the altar of technological progress, but rather safeguarded and strengthened by the system that promise to transform our world. To adhere to this vision, we must recognize the contestability is not an afterthought or an optional extra, but rather a fundamental design principle that must be woven into the... We're in page... let me be sure. We're in page 48. That must be woven into every fabric of our AI system from the earliest stages of development to the final moment of deployment, we must prioritize the creation of mechanisms and processes that allow for the contestation and review of AI-driven decisions. Okay, let me provide some context to the principle of contestability. Yesterday, during our daily book reading, I mentioned that AI is going to redefine every existing concept, every existing theory. And what do I mean by that? Just as the meaning of contestability implies, that the contestability in the application of AI ethics simply mean providing an avenue and a platform where individuals can question decision makers, where individuals, the common man, where members of the public, where the people in the society have the opportunity to get explanation of every AI technology that is being launched or that is being introduced. That is what the principle of contestability is saying. Then every organization, even the government, should provide platforms and avenue where individuals can question the launching, the development of any new AI technology, where individuals can demand probably for the details, the ethical practices that were incorporated in the development of an AI technology. Then, where does the principle of contestability plays a vital role in redefining all existing concepts? And I'm going to explain that I'm going to pick one case study. Let us look at change management. Now, the concept of driving change management is going to change. Now, the traditional approach to change management is being driven by the organization. It's being driven by stakeholders, right? But now, in the area of artificial intelligence, the methodology that is being adopted in driving change management is subject to questioning by the individuals or the users or the target audience. Now, before you can drive AI change management, the principle of contestability is saying that you need to be accountable to the individuals you are introducing the change management to. Then you need to tell them. You see, one thing about the ethical practice of AI is that you need to be transparent. You need to get every actors engaged and involved in your process of developing your AI technology, or your process of driving AI implementation, or your process of driving AI change management. Then every aspect of AI development is questionable or has to be questionable. By who? By the users. Then when you are working on an AI technology, it is expected of you to document every process of your steps. Every process of your development has to be captured, because you need to tell the public what you have built and how you have incorporated ethical practices in every phase of the AI development life cycle. Because the principle of contestability puts you in a position where you need to be responsible, you need to be accountable to the members of the public. You need to answer questions. The question of what? The question of how you came about with your idea. How you were able to, what steps did you take in every phases of the AI development life cycle? That is what the principle of contestability is saying. Then, with the principle of contestability, that means the approach of change management in an organization is going to change. Then, when you are designing your change management practices for the intended users, it is important that you get them involved in the design of that change management methodology. And when you design a change management methodology, it is also your responsibility to follow up with the users, which is normal when it comes to driving change management. You need to create a feedback loop system where users can provide feedback on the change management that is being applied, right? But now, in the age of AI, in alignment with the AI principles, is going to be more restricted, or is going to be more streetful, in the sense that the user can request for every aspect of your change management process. That is what the principle of contestability enforces. Now, organizations that are deploying AI needs to be accountable to their employees. They need to inform them of every steps of their decision making around the implementation of AI. There should be a proper documentation of what AI technology the organization is about to introduce or deploy. Now, gone are the days that organization can decide and make any decision of introducing any AI technology to their employees without informing them prior to the acquisition of that technology or prior to the deployment of that technology. But what AI contestability is saying, before you make any decision about AI, you need to inform your employees. You need to tell them. You need to have a forum. You need to have a design thinking workshop. You need to have a proper workshop where you communicate the idea, or you need to communicate what AI technology the organization intends to deploy, because they need to be involved in every process of your AI deployment. And that is where the principle of transparency, and the principle of contestability come to play. Then the introduction or the deployment of AI technology is not a decision you make alone in silo. You cannot be isolated making AI decision. You need to involve every parties. You need to involve the community. You need to involve every individual within the organization. Everyone within the organization must have access to the documentation that entails the development, the design, the technical specification and requirements of the AI technology. Has to be properly documented in case there is a need by any of the users or the society demanding that we need clarity. We need to know that we are safe with you while you are testing this AI technology. Then what the principle of contestability and transparency is saying, that the government of the day and the tech giants need to provide an avenue where individuals can provide feedback, where individuals can question the AI technology that has been launched. That means there should be an open communication between the AI inventors, the AI developers, and the members of the community, or the members of the public, or the employees of an organization. Okay, let's continue. Try to remember where we stopped. Okay, this requires a multifaceted approach, one that encompasses not only technical solution, but also legal and ethical framework and robust oversight and governance structure. We must work with policymakers, regulators, and civil society organizations to develop clear and enforceable standards for contestability, ensuring that individuals' rights and interests are protected to every turn. we recover. Moreover, we must recognize that contestability is not a one-size-fits-all proposition, but a context-dependent imperative that must be tailored to the specific needs and challenges of each domain in which AI is deployed. In some cases, this may require the establishment of dedicated tribunals or ombudsmen to hear and adjudicate complaints. In others, it may involve the development of user-friendly interfaces and processes that allow individuals to request explanation and lodge appeal quickly. That is what I'm saying. Ultimately, the success of our AI initiative will be measured not only by the efficiency and effectiveness of the system we deploy, but also by the trust and confidence they inspire in the individual and communities they serve. By upholding the principle of contestability, we can demonstrate our commitment to the values of fairness, accountability, and transparency, and in so doing, laying the foundation for a future in which AI is not a source of fear and oppression, but rather a tool for empowerment and progress. The last paragraph for today. In a world where digital and physical lines are increasing blurred, the principle of contestability in AI is not a luxury but a necessity. It is a recognition of the immense power and potential of this technology and a commitment to wielding that power in a way that respects the fundamental rights and dignities of every individual. It is only through such a commitment that we hope to build a future in which AI serves not as a measure but as a servant of the great good, working hand in hand with humanity to create a world that is more just, more equitable, and more accessible. Yeah, and that brings us to the end of our daily book reading on AI ethics and AI governance. Today we're ending today with page 48. And tomorrow we are going to continue from page 48 and we'll be looking at how to uphold this principle. Thank you for joining today's episode of 30 minutes AI book reading challenge. It's been an amazing journey and I believe that we have learned a lot from today's book reading. Please endeavor to share this live on your personal page. Share it on all your social media platforms. I said create a few minute video and tag me and tell us what you've been gaining, what you've been learning from this 30-minute book reading. And for those that are just joining us, you can go to the previous video clips to be able to catch up. We've completed the first book and these are second book. The first book we completed is titled AI Governance, a Primer, and the author is Edward Aiden. You can get a copy of that book from Amazon. And this is the second book that we're currently reading, AI Governance, Applying AI Policy and Ethics Through Principle Assessment. And the author is Dr. Darryl Carlton. You can get a copy of this book from Amazon. Thank you. Thank you for spending your time with me today, and see you tomorrow for the next episode of our daily book reading on AI ethics and AI governance. Do have a great day. If you have any personal question, you can reach out to me directly. And I said we offer services to individuals who are aspiring to pursue a career in artificial intelligence, and we also offer private training and consultation to organizations that are also interested in deploying AI, developing AI strategy that aligns with their business need. These are some of the services that we offer. Thank you so much and do have a great day. Take care. Bye.